Park MGM in Las Vegas. We give you the good, the bad, and the ugly coming up next on Vacation Impossible. So this is the Park MGM, formerly known as the Monte Carlo, and here is a room tour and first impressions. I am on the 17th floor in room 124, and so the first thing you see when you walk in the door is the bathroom. Let's see about getting some lights on here. There we go. Hey, so Park MGM. Last time I was here was with Sam. It was 2011 and it was the Monte Carlo. So what's changed? What's different? What's better? What's maybe not as good? Let's find out. So starting off just looking through the bathroom here. Got some Kleenex, got your sinks, soap, towels, garbage. Pretty standard fare. Kind of an interesting sort of layout here with this stand. That is probably a blow dryer. I'm not sure. A couple more towels. Let's see, we got body lotion. It's sort of your standard hotel notice about what to do with a towel to indicate whether you want it replaced or not. There's the toilet paper in the toilet, and here's the shower stall, which is kind of nice. Got this sliding door here, this barn door style. Another towel here, and of course the towel on the bottom. Oh wait, hold on. No, it's not a barn door. It's actually sort of more of like a what do you call it, a door? A door? I don't know, that sounds silly to say. Let's take a quick step inside the shower stall here. We got some basic controls. Oh, a bit of an echo. This will be fun for singing in the shower later. Got your shower head there. You got your shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. Kind of the lower sort of shelf there. So pretty basic. First impression, I would say this toilet situation looks like it's a cheap apartment, not gonna lie. The sink is bare bones, but it gets the job done. Mirror's relatively nice. The shower stall looks really good though. I like the coloration, the green choice with the brick style there. Got a couple of hooks there. This is a barn door though. I'm not a fan of barn doors going into and out of the washroom because there's not generally a way to lock them, and I mean, that shouldn't be a problem depending on who you're staying with. It feels a little strange. So when you close the door to the bathroom, now you can get your luggage rack, your ironing board, your safe, which is actually like mounted in the wall there, which is kind of cool. That's a space saver that they've got there. And so you've got some shelving here, a couple of nice glasses, good strong base there. Ice bucket and some hangers, and you've got the iron there. So if you want to access this stuff, you cannot at the same time be going in and out of the bathroom, so that's a thing. A little bit of art on the wall, that's not bad. Got a couple hangers here. This is an interesting style. It's kind of, it looks like leather. It actually feels pretty strong though, so some steady metal behind that. Access was through a Prox card, as you probably just saw, in the dimly lit hallway, which is actually kind of nice, especially if you've got a hangover. I kind of like the dimly lit hallway. So you've got a couple security precautions here. You've got this guy, and you've got the deadbolt as well. You've got a do not disturb sign. You'd be surprised how many hotels seem to be doing away with do not disturb signs, so it's nice to see. This is kind of the floor plan here, you see from the emergency exit. So it's kind of like a wheel and spoke system where the elevators pop you off in the middle here, and then there's 3 branching areas that you just got to follow the signs to know where your room is. And here we have the room in some darkness. Let me see if I can find that light switch. There was a light switch here, which obviously controls that light. Yup. Where is the light control for here? Computer lights. Okay, not voice controlled. There are lights on this thing. Oh, and here's a switch. Okay, woo. There we go. Now we've got some light in here. So the color scheme is consistent. You see here that everything is kind of green. In the bathroom here, we had the green sort of faux brick tile kind of. It's nice. It's got a nice shine to it. So there's that, and that's green. And then, you know, the consistent green scheme continues in here with this kind of this nook couch shelf thing, which is an interesting use of space, which is kind of nice. And of course, you've got the blackout curtains. God, I love blackout curtains. Thank God for blackout curtains. Hangover, no hangover, you want that. So you got some nice pillows here, which ain't too bad. And this is kind of like a velvety sort of feel to it. Not so much here, but let's see. How comfortable is this? Yeah, I'd say pretty comfortable. Could you sleep on it? I think you probably could. It's a little narrow, so you might not want to sleep on it, but that's definitely, it looks like an option in case you happen to have an extra person coming along for whatever reason. So you got a table here, and then you've got this chair. So this is still in the earth tone. It's kind of an olive-ish color. Over here we have the temperature control. So it's currently set to 70, which is generally not bad. I like to have my room sort of in that range, in the sort of 68 to 72 range. Is normally pretty comfortable. So that's not bad. Got another garbage over here. Got a power outlet down there, which is nice. And there's some sort of like a Wi-Fi router? No, it's power. Okay, so you've got 3 main like normal plugs, and then you got 2 USB plugs. So that's kind of nice. This here is stiff. This is like metal or something. Maybe not quite metal, but that is not comfortable past the cushions. So that's something to watch out for. And we've got some art on the walls. Not bad. It's an interesting style choice that they've made here, because it's a bunch of sort of smaller pieces that are closely placed together. And so that feels kind of, you know, a little clustered, but then they're surrounded by this white space. So I would prefer a more minimalist design, but hey, you know, different things appeal to different people. So you got some of the art there. You've got the TV over here, remote control, and you've got an interesting hookup here where you can connect your Ethernet, Android power, iOS power. That's interesting, because these would both just be USB. What would be the difference between an Android device and an Apple device? I couldn't say. HDMI 2 TV, that's cool. Bluetooth audio to TV. You could pair like your phone to play audio through the TV. That's awesome. And then a couple more power plugs here, which is nice. And so this is a Samsung TV they've got. And what's Vegas without temptation? So your mini bar tray. How to use it. Remove what you want. Items that have been removed for more than 60 seconds will be charged directly to the account. Water is $16. Nuts are $16. Chips, cookies, and candy, $9 each. And the tech kit, oh, it's for charging things. That's $36. That's actually pretty smart. I like how they included that. I am definitely not touching anything there. This whole area it's embargoed. It's verboten. There's like a DMZ around it in my mind. Like, do not approach. That is dangerous. You jostle into it, and if things don't get just right, that's not good. So presumably there are pressure sensors. Yikes. I mean, it could be worse. I've seen worse. That's not great, though. And I mean, the thing is, should I touch it? Should I? Do you think? I'm gonna touch it. I just need to know. I need to know. Here goes. Yeah, that's not cold, which makes sense because it's just here in the room. I don't think there's a fridge. I'm not seeing a fridge anywhere. So that's a thing. So, you know, Vegas is a whole different kind of thing. So I'm not too terribly surprised that that they, you know, it's like you go anywhere else, and a hotel shuttle's not that unusual. A shuttle that might take you to the airport. Like, we're going to the LAX Hilton in December. They have a shuttle that's free that takes you from the airport to the Hilton. But there's nothing like that in Vegas. You got to Lyft, you got to get a shuttle, Uber, whatever you got to do, take a taxi. Rent a car, if it makes sense for you. So there's not that. And so, like, you know, in the 17-day road trip, John and I, 12 states, 2 provinces, I think everywhere we stayed had a fridge in it. So it's pretty standard there, but in Vegas, not so much. I'm sure if I called, they'd probably bring one up, and it would probably have some charge to it. I could guess. I don't want to mislead anyone. If I say X dollars, you're going to think that's the amount. I don't know. But that's kind of the thing with Vegas. So in Vegas, you can get a lot of things cheaply, but sometimes you end up paying later. You know, you get the cheap taco when you might pay later. You get the cheap steak, you might pay later. You get the cheap room, but then there's certain amenities and add-ons that are simply just not there. So anyways, we've got the bed here. And bedside, we've got a couple nightstands here. So we've got a light switch. I kind of like that style there, that sort of brushed copper, kind of cool. And again, you got plenty of power, which is nice. So you got the 2 standard plugs and 2 USB. Doesn't specify if it's Android or iOS, so it probably doesn't matter. Got a little cordless phone here, notepad and pen. That's totally fine. A couple magazines that are probably really just ads. And over here, we've got a smoke detector and a speaker of some kind, I guess, for potential evacuation and whatnot. And then again, over here, very similar experience. Got the same plug power options, that brushed copper light switch, and that's interesting. You've got so you could run the power down here, or if you had something that was feeding cords up, you could go either way. So initial impressions, I would say it smells clean. And that's important for me. I have an allergy against cigarette smoke, and Vegas is problematic for that kind of thing. So I do like how, and also in the lobby, my allergies were not activated at all. When this was the Monte Carlo, the hotel lobby area had a very strong sort of coconut sun lotion sunblock smell, which was nice. This has less of a scent. Whatever scent there is much more subtle. It's hard to depict. And I would say that... yeah, but the thing is, it's like, I think a lot of hotels, more so years ago, would cover up the nasty smells with nice smells. This is just clean. This is just fresh, and that's nice. So I appreciate that. So you remember how I went on and on about how lovely the smell was and how smoke-free this venue was. Well, today is day 2, and it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly, because I've had some time to, you know, absorb a little bit more about the Park MGM here. And yeah, when I took the lift from McCarran Airport to Park MGM, they dropped me off the back side of the hotel, the side opposite from where the Vegas Strip is, because that's where the check-in is. It's sort of like the valet area, and that was fine. And so you walk in there, it's fresh air. And then you go to the guest elevators, fresh air. You come up in the elevator, it's fresh. You're on your floor with your room, it's fresh on a non-smoking floor. Do they have smoking floors? I don't know. I hope not. But anyways, and then I come to the room, and the room is lovely. And so I said all that before. Then I went to the casino, and yeah, oh my god, the casino is super smoky. It is worse than it was when it was Monte Carlo, I'm sorry to say. That is definitely one thing that's kind of gone downhill. And the funny thing is that navigating the building, particularly like the casino floor, the signage isn't, it's okay, it's not great, but I remember being here in 2011 with Sam in the Monte Carlo, and for that, I recall, and so now I know where to go. So yeah, that's the casino floor is super smoky. So if you, like me, have allergies, it was doing a number on my throat last night. I was actually having trouble sleeping, so I was coughing so much. It felt like my throat was just constantly dry. I have an allergy to cigarette smoke, though, so that's one of the ways it manifests itself. Is it's like my throat is perpetually parched. It's like there's like fur in there that I can't cough up. It's a very strange sensation. I don't like it. So that wasn't great. It's not particularly spacious, but I mean, I'm just a guy on his own here in Vegas. So I mean, this is plenty of room for me. This will be fine. I'm here for 2 nights. Compared to the MGM Grand that I stayed at, not as nice, not as spacious, not as fancy. The MGM Grand had stuff in it that blew your mind. Like, they had automatic controls for the blinds. This just has standard sort of thing there. It had a TV screen embedded in the mirror. And I don't think there's any such technology at work here. That is just a mirror, as far as I can tell. Just a mirror. And that's okay. Versus the Bellagio, obviously not nearly as nice as the Bellagio. The Bellagio was luxury and much more spacious, you know, nice headboards and stuff. Versus the Monte Carlo, I'm trying to remember what the room was like when I stayed at the Monte Carlo. It was nothing like this, I could tell you that, when I stayed here and it was the Monte Carlo. So it is definitely very different, but as to how it's different, I think it does feel smaller. But I mean, that's okay. You don't need a lot of space. I mean, what are you going to do in your hotel room that takes up tons of space? I don't know. So, I mean, for me, I think this is pretty good. Oh, there's another light source. I suppose if you wanted to like play poker here, you could, because you got this light here. Again, it's sort of that brushed copper look. There we go. Now it's a little bit better lit. Those are my glasses. Pay them no mind. They don't come with the room. Oh, I forgot something. This could be great. This could be absolutely nothing. Let's check out the view. Oop, I'm doing that wrong. Okay, so this is obviously the blackout curtain. And now here you have, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what purpose this serves. But, open. Nope, that's not opening. That's putting more, there we go. Geez, this is tough. I mean tough in the sense like it has a lot of tension. So, here we have the view. Okay. Well, this view isn't bad. The window isn't as clean as I would like, but you've got a view of the pool. And I did watch Ace of Vegas's videos about the Park MGM. And one of the things he said is that they just basically trashed the really cool pool that used to be here as part of the Monte Carlo. They used to have a really nice lazy river. I remember it used to kind of run around that area there, which was nice. When I stayed at the Monte Carlo with Sam, we spent some time in that lazy river. We spent too much time in that lazy river. And so, you know, you're in a floaty and you're kind of crunched down. And so I wasn't wearing sunblock. And so I got these burn lines, these sunburns across my belly. But because I was crunched down, they came out looking like a zebra. We were here in August. They didn't go away till Christmas. So, you know, I missed the lazy river. That lazy river was nice, but maybe not great idea for me. Because I don't want to have that experience again. But anyway, so here we've got just some standard pools. They don't look like anything special. Obviously that's a hot tub there, fits a few people, and then just kind of some standard pool action going on here. So honestly nothing too exciting to report there, but we do have a bit of a view of some of the central properties. So you can kind of see that, and a little bit over there. So the view is actually not bad. I don't care too much about views, but in Vegas it's kind of nice because there's so much to see and so many lights. Like you got the Cosmopolitan over there. Conclusions. What do I say about this room? I think this is a good room. I think it's totally fine. You know, it's not impressive. If you want to impress someone, if you're bringing your girl to Vegas for the first time ever, for example, or something like that, yeah, you might want to splurge and go a little higher up on the price spectrum than Park MGM. Other than it being a little small and there being no fridge, that's about it. The toilet's unimpressive. Who cares? You know what the toilet is for. The toilet's not for impressing people, is it? If it is, I'm not. I can't help you. I don't. I don't look for that sort of thing. So for me, I think this is a fine room. This would be fun, fine room for, you know, anytime that you're not trying to impress somebody with grandeur, and you don't mind not having a fridge, and don't mind taking a poop on an unimpressive throne. Those are the negatives. Everything else is very positive. It is so clean, and it smells like nothing. Which is great. Not enough hotels smell like nothing. So I greatly appreciate that this smells like absolutely nothing. I think that this Nook idea is ingenious. It's a smart use of space. So full credit to them for doing that. I think that was a good choice. The room is pretty quiet, but one of the complaints that Ace of Vegas had mentioned about a lot of sort of the lower tier hotels in Vegas was paper thin walls. This is one of them. In fact, there is a non-zero chance that my neighbors can hear me right now. If you're there, A, I'm sorry. And B, please subscribe to Vacation Impossible on YouTube. And then you can see what this is all about, if you can hear me. But I kid you not, every time somebody goes to the bathroom and every time somebody adjusts their blinds, I can hear it on either side. That's all I've heard. Oh, and running water when they have a shower. That's all I've heard. Maybe they're just quiet people, or maybe those, for some reason, are the sounds that somehow permeate the paper-thin walls. So there's that. Let's go into the bathroom for a second. I want to give you a deeper dive into the bathroom situation. There's good and bad things about it here. So we've got this set up here. And it's lovely to look at. But when you think about it, it's actually not that fantastic, and let me tell you why. There's a couple things it does have going for it. For example, the way that this door opens, you can, from the inside, reach out and grab a towel really quickly without letting all like the cold air in or the warm air out, whatever you want to call it. So you can access a towel from the inside fairly well. I like that. That's important to me. I like that. I don't like, you know, being frozen right after. But a couple of challenges. You see the shower head is up here and the controls are there, and this glass is immovable. So the only way you can turn the shower on and adjust the temperature is to actually physically go inside. You can't reach from outside. And so like a traditional shower, stall, bathtub thing, normally you can come in straight from the side here and reach and adjust and check the temperature without, you know, standing in the middle of it. So that's not fantastic. And the shower head doesn't have tons of movement. So you can angle it a little bit, but you kind of have to like shimmy into the corner here and then kind of adjust. The controls on this, you know, it says this way for off, so that's fine. And it marks on is here, and it says like cold here, cold is here, hot is up here. But to get it to a temperature that was even kind of okay, I had to rotate this all the way past the top of the hot meter to be about here. So otherwise it's pretty cold. So that's something to think about. So, I mean, it's not a major concern. The shower itself, fantastic water pressure, and it's super comfortable. The tiling and sort of the scents that come out of it kind of remind me of a pool. It's not really chlorinated, but it has that kind of public pool or even a private pool kind of vibe, kind of smell. That's not bad. But you get, once you get it up to like a nearly complete rotation, everything but like the last 45 degrees in rotation, you can get a good water pressure and nice and warm, and you can adjust the temperature quite nicely, so that's fine. You just have to be in the middle of it as you are doing it, which is not the greatest of designs. One thing that's here that I do like is they've got this swing arm sort of makeup mirror thing here, which is nice, particularly if you're, you know, shaving or something. That can be good. This was the Monte Carlo. It is now the Park MGM, but it hasn't completely lost its Monte Carlo roots. If you can see here from this picture, it's actually a picture of Monte Carlo, the place. So it does call back to its roots a little bit, which is kind of nice. I like that. It sort of acknowledges the history of the building. And so I think that's a classy move. You may also remember that I mentioned it has Android and iOS power here. And so I decided to test that out by plugging in my GoPro. Plugging in my GoPro to either of these USB ports would not charge it at all. And that was really surprising. So I don't know what it is about Android power and iOS power, but it seems very proprietary. And that was kind of surprising. But thankfully, again, there's plenty of power plugs all over this room, so it wasn't really a concern. It's just a little weird. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and turn notifications on so that you can be aware of whenever we release new videos. If you like this video, if you found it helpful at all, please give it a thumbs up. The reason we ask for this is because it helps other people discover the video and it'll help them too. So pay it forward. Just take a second and click that like. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Be honest, let us know. And let me know, what do you think of the Park MGM? Have you stayed at the Park MGM? Did you stay at the Monte Carlo when it was the Monte Carlo? And what did you think? And if you haven't stayed, based on this first impressions room tour, let me know, what do you think? Do you think this is a hotel you want to stay at, that you would like to? Now, I was able to get the hotel for free by using My Vegas, which is a game that you play on Facebook. You earn coins that you can redeem for things like a free hotel stay. Now, I say free, there's still the resort fee. It was, for this trip, it's like $37 a day. With tax on top of that, comes out to nearly $42. So I'm here for 2 nights. It's gonna cost me $80-odd American. It's a pretty good deal. So that's why I'm here. This is a potential room that you could get for free. If you want to know how to do that, I'm going to have a tutorial video that will show you how I redeemed my points to get this. But if you want the expert tips on how to get those loyalty points quickly, I strongly recommend you check out Ace of Vegas's channel. He can help you out. He'll show you what games to play, what to bet, how to do it. The game practically plays itself. You set it, let it go, check in on it every now and then, and you're on your way to a free room. So yeah, thanks so much, and we'll see you in the comments. Thanks for watching.